put it in his budget, had to fund the arbitrator's award in his budget. Then it came down to the council to make that decision, to keep it or to get rid of it. Would you still oppose it?
Yeah. Yes.
Obi, how about
I
yourself?
think what would be nice is, as I said in my opening statement, is to bring us to the table. You bring us to the, you don't, but the county executive brings us to the table the last 3 times to say, hey, I'm in trouble, or the county's in trouble, can you help us? And we came to the table. We haven't had phone call one to say, hey, let's discuss this. I have some concerns over this. Let's discuss it.
Sure.
Doesn't exist.
Well, we're not at that point in the process this year yet. It may well come.
The communications is falling apart as Obi related to a divorce. We're
Well,
there.
Obi, would you support legislation that the county executive had to submit the arbitrator's award and the council had the option to say yes or no?
I think absolutely the county executive should have to include it in his award. I feel equally strong right now that the council should be bound.
So
And
the answer is no. You would not support legislation that did that either.
right now, according to Mr. Plymire, over the last 10 years, this county or the county council has had the ability to ignore an arbitrator's award. According to his testimony before you during the work session, he said that they passed that legislation knowing it was unconstitutional and that at any time the Office of Law could defend the council's ability to ignore an arbitrator's decision over the last 10 years. That was news to me. However, Senate Bill 1123 fixed that, and I think maybe that's some of the heartache is that, had I known over these last 10 years that the Office of Law passed that bill knowing that it was unconstitutional and illegal, I think we would have been here a lot sooner.
Sure. So at the end of the day, you would not support any legislation changing binding arbitration right now?
We think you need to kill this bill tonight.
What about if the bill was changed and, like I said, it said the county executive submits the arbitrator's award, but the council still has a decision? It sounds like you would still oppose that.
Well, and the issue comes in
And if you would oppose it, would you still have 150,000 of your colleagues here opposing it? I mean, are you still that die-hard against it?
as the Fire President Oldershaw said, if we're brought to the table, we can sit down, we can talk about things, we can negotiate things. That's the way government's supposed to work. That's the way collective bargaining is supposed to work. We have not been at the table. We have not been in discussions. All we have done is, we sit at the negotiations table and the administration tells us what they want to take from us over these last several years. But short of that, we've not had a chance to sit down and talk. We would like the opportunity to sit down and discuss those things. However, Mr. Plymire once again submitted a brief right before this meeting today. I haven't seen that. I would like to see that. He did that with the last council also, and they
Okay.
thought it was
Well,
rather
you had
suspicious.
plenty. I mean, you and I sat down. I sat down with Craig many times. We've talked on the phone. I mean, you've talked with us several times. But just, and I don't want to keep reiterating it, you would not support legislation that gave the county that made the county executive include in his budget the arbitrator's award if the council still had the okay to say yes or no.
Depending
say
on
no
the
to
language
that.
of the bill, I can't say whether we would take you to court or not.
You would not support it, is my
Right, we
question.
would not,
Thank you.
we wouldn't support it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for your testimony.
Mr. Jones, one